Is you have ikssu trying to contest against Summit in a battle of mechanics. So, not the thing that you would expect.
No. Generally want to avoid that against guys like Summit, like Keen, Nuggery.
Yep.
But instead, he's just going to go straight into it. They say, well, Wukong's really good right now, so let's pick the Wukong. And certainly is a lot of Sin on their lineup.
Yeah, I mean, their whole team composition is just full of Sin. Now, if SANDBOX run into them, obviously you have Aphelios, but Blitzcrank right there is absolutely a turtle breaker. Yeah,
Both you and I just stopped talking as we hear feral screams from behind us from SeolHaeOne Prince.
Something from a horror movie.
Yeah. I don't really want to hear that again.
Well, Syndra in mid lane. Let's see what Fate can do with it. Yet again, I feel like SANDBOX, they're much more equipped in this draft than they were in the previous one, so that should spell good news for them. They have a lot more options against everything that SeolHaeOne Prince is trying to do. And SeolHaeOne Prince are definitely on a timer. Obviously, you could say that Aphelios is an insurance policy, but he's really not. When he's surrounded by the champions that he is, he's also trying to go up against Syndra.
Syndra Jayce.
Yeah.
Even. I mean, they have a lot of poke, and they also have blitz, you know, just in case. Maybe you get a cheeky hook and just remove him from the game. It's not like an entire composition crafted around denying Aphelios, but they do have some really strong pieces individually that can really make his day quite difficult. And I think that should be enough. I mean, SANDBOX already proved that they were the better team in game number 1, but we'll have to see what SeolHaeOne Prince can do. They're still looking for their first win in now 12 games, losing streak. And Gorilla needs 8 more assists to hit 4,000, as apparently he picked up 14 from the last game, which is insane. That was quite a lot.
We'll see if he can get a lot of assists this game.
I think he should be able to hit it in this game.
Yeah, he should, in theory, yeah. This will be it.
Yeah.
And then he auto gets player of the game just so they can be interviewed. That's just how it works, actually.
Yeah, but you're still going to vote for Chovy, so that never changes.
Yeah, true. And remember, Valdez, on weekends when I'm not here, you got to hold down the fort.
Yeah, no, I'm voting for Carria. That's my vote. Notice that Fate took E first.
Yeah.
Up against LeBlanc. It's like a no-miss kind of a thing, because Distortion is very often taken first by the LeBlanc, and it's like, if you Q in the wrong spot, you're not getting that damage. The W, obviously, is going to be even harder. And E is just like, it's like a cone straight in front of your face, so really difficult to miss.
Very, very hard to miss. Also displaces, can really mess with the LeBlanc. And against LeBlanc's Distortion, you don't need to have the Q up, like what you're talking about. Now, obviously, if you do take Q, you land the first Q, you can chain together a lot more damage. E is definitely on the safer side of things. Seems like someone on SeolHaeOne Prince said something funny. Secret was laughing.
Okay.
Not laughing now.
That was a nice little flash. Ignite comes in. Secret, though, doesn't have to flash. He just trades Exhaust for Ignite Flash from Gorilla. So a very opportunistic kind of play from Gorilla that wasn't ever really going to get a play or kill to happen.
We'll see what else can end up happening here. 2 minutes until Mountain Dragon's up. And
oh boy. Well, Gorilla doesn't have Flash, and that is going to be first blood. As Heal is coming in, and there you go. As a nice last from the grave, the hook comes down as Blitzcrank is lying down for his final breath.
Ooh. And Mickey with Ignite now. And I like the change of pace here. He doesn't elect to take Teleport, maybe just thinking I'll just kill you instead of trying to play this econ game. And the dynamic is actually just so different, so surprising. Cleanse here against the LeBlanc and the Lee Sin. And the cleanse obviously going to get a lot more value than if Mickey would just have teleport. So we'll see what happens. Mickey does manage to get a reset off, and Fate, very starved on mana, not able to push back as fast as he would like. And so he's going to end up recalling. Mickey's actually getting the better end of this lane. So let's take a look at SANDBOX down here. Gorilla.
Look at this hook.
Yeah.
It's really funny because he's lying back.
Oh,
while he
man.
does it.
This is brutal. It's really brutal.
He missed the cannon,
Wait,
too.
what is Flawless doing?
Oh, well.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's in an awkward
9x
spot.
this Lee Sin.
Yeah.
Oh, just 9x him. What is he doing?
Oh.
They're leaving the wave, and it's a cannon, so you as Lee Sin, you safeguard, you absorb the shield, you pull it up towards the top left of where Trundle was on the screen right now, and you just threaten to freeze, and then they have to stay. And Syndra's going to end up getting killed by all the minions and EXP that goes into the void. Syndra just shared EXP with their jungler. You give LeBlanc solo EXP. Things are all fine.
Yeah, well, let's take another look at it.
It's just insane.
Yeah, he's safeguarded himself, too. And he doesn't have flash, remember. So it's a risk that you do not have to take.
Well, I mean, he's really putting the Sin in Lee Sin, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
You can't spell Lee Sin without an L, so.
There's only one sinner who is winner, and that is Syndra.
That was awful. That was terrible.
I had to get one in because of your fake R earlier. Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't be left undone.
Yeah.
You know who you're casting with. Like, oh, man.
Oh, man.
Weird champ. Well, we're going to try to kill Summit here. As the Ignite will come in, Flawless takes a bit of damage, and he's actually going to get away. As they take a couple of turret shots, but it is enough to get the kill down onto Summit, who also did blow his flash.
SeolHaeOne Prince managed to get a crash in. And Syndra, so she's going to crash in the wave, doesn't really have anything to do. Does have a control ward. You can see maybe going to plant it to the left of Wolves. That's generally a really good spot. It's not one that players typically run into unless they're auto-pathing to River. And so we'll see how value that control ward is going to be. Now, the thing is, though, is that Syndra, she comes back into vision immediately. And because she took such a long time, they probably know, they can use deductive reasoning. They probably know it's not in River Brush to the left. It could be to the north right of Red, or it would be in the Wolf Camp. So, or to the left of the Wolf Camp. So, if SeolHaeOne Prince is really paying attention to how long Syndra was gone for, they can probably deduce that it would be there. But if they're not actively thinking about that, the ward can get them a lot of value.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot going on, so I'm sure they probably missed that happening. Here's the fight. Just pretty straightforward, but Flawless did get aggro at the end.
Yeah.
Just barely got out of there.
Barely managed to juggle it.
노플.
No flash.
잡긴 했어.
좋아.
Good.
나이스.
같이 밀어줘.
오케이, 트렌드 털.
Push together.
He was really happy about that one. Okay, they're trying to get back here onto Mickey. There's a subjugation. He doesn't have flash now, and that will be the end of him.
Right.
And yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Down he does go. So nice little setup there. Take a look at the mid and jungle right now difference in terms of CS. It is massive. So even though SeolHaeOne Prince got a lot of, they got the first blood, they got the extra kill on the Jayce. Their lanes are struggling, and now here's OnFleek. He's going to spot ikssu. You can see that Summit isn't really planning to get on top of him, saying, well, he's got flash and I don't, so let's not go too far.
And at this point, SANDBOX are in a very commanding position from mid lane. I really like the itemization out of Fate. He picks up Sorkpen boots. He doesn't go Lost Chapter because all that he would get from the Lost Chapter is the CDR. You don't get any real difference in power because it's identical in ability power to 2 amp tomes. The mana is not necessary when your blue buff's up. So he's maximized his damage output for this blue buff timing, and this is just going to allow him to exert a lot of pressure over mid lane, Mickey has to be really scared because Syndra, with these items, and Darkseal's at 2 stacks too, can almost just one combo
Oh, yeah.
LeBlanc if he just manages to land 1 Q prior to the combo setting up. LeBlanc's going to be in lethal. So it's very dangerous right now for Mickey to play. Honestly, not having a good time.
Yeah, and he's down over 20 CS too, so. And take a look here at the setup, the double distortion, and they know exactly where she's going.
I mean, it's another one of those things, like, why is he doing the trade? And Fate, I mean, he sends the 4 balls over to Mickey, says PayPal well received. And things are just really falling apart. And when you have a Lee Sin and a LeBlanc that's this far behind, things are going to be bad. What are they?
We got the rotation coming in here. No TP available. Gorilla is eating up a lot of this aggro. They're trying to get on top of Root. The Q comes in.
Oh, please.
And wait.
Oh, close your eyes.
Well, he got the light vigil, but it's not enough damage. And that's going to be a failed dive from SeolHaeOne Prince. Here comes Fate. Well, no, that's not the way it works. You got to proc it first. There you go. And got the kill onto the turret.
I think I just flatlined and came back, Valdez.
Welcome back, LS.
Glad to be back here with you.
From the grave. Yeah. Welcome back. And,
survived over here. You know, like,
yeah.
This is what's going on here.
That is such a massive swing in golds. And a huge failed dive. I mean, they get the 2 kills. They get so many plates. And, well, at least Hybrid has the most CS in the game. Because that's all they have going.
The thing is when you make plays like this and they blunder in that manner, your mental just breaks immediately. So
yeah.
Let's take a look at this again. So they managed to land the play. The Blitzcrank silence comes out. Everything is just a hot mess, man. They were trying to bake a cake. Yeah, okay, well. Disneyland is closed until further notice.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
Going on here.
Nah, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he's just being bullied now. I mean, even Summit tried to get into the action, and that's not very fun when you gang up on the one guy. Doesn't make him feel very good. And, well, we're going to take a look here at the replay.
야 왔다 바텀이다 지금.
They're all at bottom. They're all bottom.
야 리신 잡았어.
Yeah, ends up getting the kill. Stopwatches. You just see he flashes, tries to get the knockup onto LeBlanc. We got her.
뭐냐 이거?
What do they do? What is this?
Yeah, like what is that?
그대로 밀게.
굿. 이럴 때 뭐라고?
바스 좋다.
Saying the bus is real
타워
nice.
좀 건드려줘.
Thanks for the bus.
Are they talking to the opponents?
No, I think they're talking to their team.
Okay.
Because I don't think he was there, so.
Mickey, I don't think he knows where he is either. So it's really hard to play when you fall behind in this matchup. 34 CS is the discrepancy right now. And he is just getting roller coastered.
Wow, that's a new one.
I've
never heard anyone say that before. Kind of roller coaster.
It sounds good.
Yeah, it does sound good, actually. I might steal that for later use.
Randomly came out.
It could be good for when we're casting KT.
I just pictured I was on a roller coaster at Disneyland and it crashed, and I'm like, well, this is about comparable.
Not roller coaster.
Yeah.
Well, he's really not having a fun time here. Definitely feels bad for Mickey. And well, he's not getting too much help from his team. And everything's kind of falling apart, especially after that dive. So,
well, surprisingly, they're still only down 2K after all of the absolutely horrific events that have unfolded in this game. I think it is very surprising, and a lot of that is obviously Aphelios down in bot lane doing a very good job in the CS department. And then also Wukong has a plate. So I guess that is helping a little bit. He is also going Trinity Force this game. So he will have the isolated power. Hybrid is also getting a lot of plates. Swaps back to Draven and Kog'Maw. Here comes Blitzcrank. Oh.
Well,
Yeah,
Trundle's here too.
not going to have a fight.
Well,
Yeah, one more turret plate actually brought down. They bring over Summit,
why?
who abandons top lane. And
Why
I mean,
does Summit got a bully?
you know, it's really okay.
Come on,
Can you leave him alone?
it's not fair. That's a fourth plate now. It's a hybrid. They're trying to, yeah, nice try by Gorilla, but they're all gonna sidestep here.
They're really trying to force things.
Yeah, here comes OnFleek. Nice double knock.
Oh, and here's Syndra.
Yeah, it's 4 versus 3. That's a good kick though, and they're not going in on this, as they do not want to mess with ikssu, who was able to get there on time. In he goes. Now they're going for the dive, and Secret is going to die to the one orb. Here comes Summit. And, well, okay. Like and the damage coming out of Lee Sin, but that is going to be a fed route now 2-0. But here comes the chakrams as Hybrid is doing insane damage.
Mickey, just go to sleep.
Gonna be able to slap down on Fleek, and Mickey, unfortunately, not really able to find the value.
Oh, man.
Sticking around, but he's not really able to find anything.
Oh, man. It's just a series of unfortunate events.
Yeah.
He can't really
He's like reading the books right now.
Let's take a look at how this all transpires. So, Syndra's coming down from the north, and I thought that she could just open with a multi-man Unleash Power into Scout of the Week. But obviously the teleport coming down from Wukong, they are respecting it. Now, Jayce has TP too. He TPs very late. They managed to get the kill onto Secret. Does cost them the flash. Now, LeBlanc's coming down. There's no more turret plates for her to get, so there's no value staying in mid. Aphelios manages to cast the Moonlight Vigil. He has Kog'Maw, flashes forward with all that damage coming out, and Mickey just keeps getting denied on every approach attempt.
Yeah.
Just not able to land a lot of value.
And he's so far behind now that he's stuck on items. He's a full item behind Fate here. He only still has the Lost Chapter.
Yep.
That's it.
And, I mean, just look at the gold.
Yeah.
And it's massive. I mean, CS per minute, Fate is really winning hard in that department. Damage as well. Now, ikssu does not yet have Trinity Force. The one thing SeolHaeOne Prince do have going for them is they have that Mountain Dragon, and they're not in a horrendous position because Mr. Years is the one with all the kills.
Yeah.
So
he is so scary right now. He's got 2 items. He's got the most CS in the game by far. Just critting down Gorilla here. And he's 3-0-1. So they're actually so terrified of him that they're going to wait. And now here comes SANDBOX. Going to threaten. Miss on the stun, actually. So the dragon is going to reset.
And we'll see if they can end up winning. This fight is very big. If SeolHaeOne Prince actually managed to win this fight, I think that it is going to be cataclysmic for SANDBOX. As, okay, grab at him.
Yeah, nice amount of poke, but Summit just going to flash away. Iksu's all alone. He's just going to get burst down.
Yeah, I'm not...
There was no follow-up for SeolHaeOne. There's no way for them to get over the wall. They were so far away.
What ikssu was intending to do there. SANDBOX now, even though they killed the Wukong, they're moving into the Rift Herald. They're prioritizing it over the Dragon.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, we've seen Baron trades for the Dragon, but we've never seen Rift Herald trade. Second Rift Herald with no plates right now, by the way, guys.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the Rift Herald priority is. This is definitely very surprising.
Yeah,
And at this point, a lot of the gold, remember, that SeolHaeOne Prince is getting benefit for, well, there's a lot of standing gold for SANDBOX to actually claim on all the turrets that are very damaged. Gravitum comes out, but you can just see that no one from SeolHaeOne Prince can really follow up on this engage. I mean, it's a Lee Sin that has to run into Syndra, Jayce, Trundle, Blitz, Kalista. It's not an easy engage attempt, and with LeBlanc being as far behind as she is, you can't just make plays like this. Also, I've never seen a Wukong so near a Trinity Force, so excited to run to his demise.
Now, I want to see the value.
Here we go.
Let's see what Shirley can do. Well, okay, there you go.
There we go.
Okay, now instead, that's the end. And yeah, the only thing I can think is maybe they were scared of losing a 5v4 against Aphelios.
Yeah, that would be the one thing that I suppose you could make the argument for, but Moonlight Vigil was already down, and the remaining members are not that scary. It's a very stunted LeBlanc and Lee Sin. So very surprising there. I still can't believe ikssu does not have Trinity Force. Yeah.
He went back and bought the last
components,
piece.
yeah, but he's still starved, which is so surprising.
I think he could have waited too, but they really wanted to get him into bot lane. And there's nobody actually in top lane to stop the push, so this is kind of interesting. You see that Summit down bot side is being very careful. He doesn't want to just run up to catch the wave just yet. He's trying to clear out a bunch of vision. Here's Mickey.
Oh.
And he's going to land the chains. There's the ultimate, though. Does he have the damage? I think he might this time. That's going to be 700 as Mickey finally is going to make something happen and reclaim his name.
Well, it looks like Fate just got took to Disneyland really quick. Is Mickey freezing?
No.
No, I saw the distortion.
What?
How sinful.
Yeah, I don't even know why you even thought that was possible.
Yeah, you know, I thought maybe we were about to have
No.
something. Not the end of the world, though.
And the Korean commentators were cheering when we came back. When we zoomed in on Blitzcrank. I didn't really catch what happened there, but we're taking a look at the kill.
Yeah, and Mickey lands the chains, distortions out, Unleash Power is already cast, and I mean, Fate, he expends both of his summoners as well. And so, very unfortunate for him. Now, the one upside, if you're a SANDBOX fan, is that the dragon that was rolled is atrocious. However, if Blitzcrank can get all of them and get max CDR, I do believe that his ultimate's cooldown is 5.7 seconds.
Do you know that for a fact?
Yeah.
You calculated it before?
I was randomly asked the question by Sanchovies one time.
Oh, I see.
It was an interesting...
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It's one of the lowest in the game, yeah.
Blitz he's going to be having a fun time if they can actually make it happen. Although, the way this game is going, might not even get that far. But, yeah, we'll have to wait and see, take a look. I still think that Hybrid might be able to solo carry. Again, he is up against a really strong Syndra. He is up against a Blitzcrank. But he does look pretty on point in this game. So if there was a hope, if you're a SeolHaeOne Prince fan, you're hoping for their first win in 12.
Well,
this would be the way there.
This would definitely be it. And we'll see what happens at the next dragon. 30 seconds until that one comes up. And the other thing is, remember, Mickey's solo kill onto Syndra at that point in time is very big for EXP. It really helps recover in that department. And so things are definitely...
Oh.
Okay. Well...
Yeah.
I'm gonna let the pillar come out
first. What happened there? He just gets blown up. So much for that. He even had stopwatch. He didn't even bother. He's like, no, I deserve this one. Take me with you.
Man. Well,
that was the craziest R press I've ever seen.
Aphelios is like complaining that, you know, like, that's not fair.
Yeah.
And yeah, it does seem like Hybrid not expecting that whatsoever. Let's take a look at it one more time. So, take a look at Fate.
Oh.
I lands the 7-10 split, finds the R even through heal. Now, Aphelios has one of the lowest magic resistances in the game, too, so it's really helping Syndra control him, and that's going to mean that SANDBOX actually picks up the Cloud Dragon.
Yeah.
And so that buys them a lot of time, allows them to continue to scale.
Yeah. I've been very impressed by the rookies so far in this split. Keria and Fate being a couple of them. And Fate is just over and over again proving his ability to be incredibly mechanically skilled. Of course, you know, not actually talking about the R, I'm talking about the scatter of the weak, of course. Just the angles he's able to find, and his LeBlanc play is even better. Guy is quite the player. And I definitely do feel like that is part of the reason why SANDBOX are coming back in a big way.
Oh!
Ooh,
Mickey with some
nice moves.
fancy footwork.
Oh!
Oh!
Summit
Oh?
is just... He's like almost tilting for the ward, you know? It's like, no, I'm going to kill this ward. No, I'm going to kill this ward, and then he nearly dies.
And SeolHaeOne Prince, I mean, they're down. Okay, well, secret's no secret where you're going.
And Fate is going to use his ultimate to take that one down. By the way, you were talking about Blitzcrank, but Syndra, if you know, she doesn't have the longest cooldown there. It's not quite low enough to get like 2-in-1 fight, but if
Oh,
you're
if you
just,
get 4 of them, I think you can if the fight's extended enough.
yeah, if it's a long fight. But even without it, I mean, beginning of the fight, you can throw it out as poke, and then use it later on, you know, to finish off someone. It's definitely really big if they can manage to get 4. Iksu's in a bit of an awkward spot. He wants to turn it around, and, well, that's going to be a miss on the knock-up here as it's going to get silenced.
Yeah,
and we're just going to flash for good measure just to make sure he's dead.
Yeah.
Gorilla.
That's definitely not Blitzcrank. I want you to know that.
Yeah. No, it's not. Gorilla, 2 away.
2 assists away from 4,000.
Yeah.
And so we just see a replay of this. And Secret, I mean, they have no business really warding this area because this area is irrelevant to their game plan or their gameplay. They're just trying to scale up. They know that the opponent can't do Baron. Iksu takes a trade, and then unbeknownst to him, a little robot was running down. I mean, he whips the ultimate as well. Gorilla flashes for good measure, and he is 2 away.
Very good spirits here in the SANDBOX booth. Everybody's doing the Blitz dance. And there is a lot to dance about for SANDBOX. They're winning here in Game 2 to potentially take a 2-0 and turn their round 1 around. Try to end it off at 4-5, which isn't half bad. And also, Gorilla is 2 assists away from 4,000, which is just insanity when you think about it.
And Fate can get his ultimate to 16 seconds. So you know.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
That's definitely 2 in a fight. That's a lot of AoE damage. Gorilla eating the brunt of it, though. No follow-up here from SANDBOX. Fate was actually doing blue, so it's not like they can land Scatter of the Weak or get anything done there. Gorilla's going to show us the dance again.
Just a lot of posturing right now. The scary thing is still Aphelios. And we're seeing... Yep. Phantom Dancer still enabled. Oh, Gorilla.
He's okay.
Oh!
I thought he was going to get that one. Not quite. Secret nearly dies. Okay.
Yeah.
And Mickey, he's really trying to extend his power, and he's going to flash away.
Yeah. Scout of the Week not going to hit, but it's fine. They get the victory at...
Okay, looking for Summit here. He's probably dead. He's going to put out so much damage, though, before it happens, as that was just the clone. And nice little pick off there for SeolHaeOne Prince. The Cloud Drake, if they do get it, would put them in reach of the soul.
And Root just bouncing in mid lane into the Aphelios. Almost has the Death Dance, and it does look like SeolHaeOne Prince. They're going to pick up the Cloud Dragon. They are still down almost 5,000 gold. So what does the gold really mean at this point in time? It's all relative to Aphelios. Because at this point, Lee Sin not as valuable as Trundle. Wukong and Jayce are somewhat even, but you can argue that Jayce is a lot more valuable because it creates the thresholds for Syndra. And also, Syndra's about to have that death cap. So there is about to be a massive surge in power for Fate and Kalista. And these item breakpoints are going to be really scary. So Aphelios, he's also stuck on his items. He has the stopwatch. He has a Doran's Blade.
Just
just sold it, and he's going to pick up the Aegis And so he's going to start making his way towards the Death Dance. I think the Red's going to reset. Yeah. Red doesn't like them.
No. Only Kalista
Yeah.
is his favorite. And yeah, we're just going to take a look here once again. Mickey is going to try to extend it, but he gets punished by the pillar.
And here they come all the way back around. Summit, I don't even know what he was looking for as he's walking towards Fog of War. Ends up getting picked off. So a nice read there by SeolHaeOne Prince to anticipate it. Still have to wonder what he is doing. 4,000 gold lead right now for SANDBOX. This game is still winnable.
Oh, secret.
By both parties.
Okay, well, free flash. This is what you can do with Blitz and Trundle.
Yeah.
In tandem.
Oh!
Okay, Flawless. He
Oh!
is barely going to survive. He'll have to be blown by Hybrid. And yeah, so it is just the Lee Sin, so it's not the biggest steal, but it is the jungler. You can see they're trying to set up a play here.
Wait, they can see them.
Yeah.
Oh, can't from that?
Oh, look at the pillar on top of the lantern.
And
No,
the
thank you.
Wraiths are going to block one of the shock blasts. Not the end of the world. As we take a look at what exactly is going to end up happening here, and we got 2.5 minutes until Soul Point comes online. Now, the movement speed is nice for SeolHaeOne Prince. The CDR doesn't really do anything for almost any of them. So we'll see what ends up happening. Mickey also trying to make it to Death Cap as his next item. And that strikes me as a little surprising. But we'll see what it is. And I say that because he's so stunted inside of the game, it's so hard to get to that.
Yeah.
Whereas Void Staff would have a lot of value against
no
some
pen.
of the champions. And yeah, he has no penetration, so it's definitely a little interesting. And honestly, I mean, SeolHaeOne Prince, they keep doing this. And it seems like SANDBOX have read it for what it's worth.
Yeah, it's like the Iksu and Mickey show. They're desperately trying to find picks in the back line. And that is one way to play when you have this kind of smoke and mirrors composition, Wukong and LeBlanc in tandem. And we're posturing around the Baron now for SANDBOX. Although they got to remove that vision first. There you go. And they have this, they're so annoying with the Trundle Blitz. Especially for Secret, he can't even like walk up because he knows that if he gets even slightly in range of the pillar, he could be in danger. Doesn't want to give a free kill as they spot LeBlanc coming around. You can see the poke, or rather the pings, did go down, and they're just going to start the Baron now. SeolHaeOne Prince don't know about this, okay. They're going to spot it now. TP coming in. Mickey looking
Mickey
for the angle. That's a nice amount of damage.
Did get Mickey's Banshee's Veil. And yeah, it's going to get them off the Baron for the time being. It's going to keep buying them a lot of time. 40 seconds until that Cloud Dragon is going to come up. Flawless is going to come over here, try to eat the Raptors. And you can see they're looking for it. They're fishing for a pillar and a hook. Pillar and a hook is what is going
Mickey, though, that's a huge
here.
knock-up from Iksu, but he's incredibly low. Do they have the follow-up? Most of Hybrid's damage was on top of the Trundle, and now they're just going to hook in Secret as Gorilla just barely is going to survive. Just like that. 36 health is the lowest that I saw, but it might have been after even one tick. As a nice little pick off onto the support, but a lot of damaged health bars here from both sides as they scramble to get over to the Cloud Drake.
That is definitely
Well, they're trying to burst it.
very, very close.
They're trying to burst it.
Yeah.
SeolHaeOne Prince is one team that will actually burst things. And now Iksu in a really awkward spot. He got the junglers in the pit. It is going to go the way of Flawless, and that will be the Cloud Soul on the way here for SeolHaeOne. You can see that even Aphelios is really fast, but now they're just in a corner. And it's up to 200 years to try to fight out of it, but Flawless, he's going to get hooked down, and Hybrid in the front is so much. That is a big stopwatch, but yeah.
Yes, it is!
It is more than enough, as he's going to take down so many of them. Mr. Years, hello. comes in and shuts them all down. And now Mickey is just going to pick up this last kill. There's the ace. SANDBOX can hardly believe it.
Oh, I don't even know what to say to that. Oh, man. Oh, jeez. Well, it starts off Wukong ultimate by ikssu. He manages to finally get to safety secret, eventually gets blown up, and right at the very end, the Triumph comes in and ends up playing a pretty big part. They burst the dragon down. Smite actually does go over to Flawless. They're on the retreat. Hybrid, he has the Jinx and Draven guns available for him.
Yeah.
And then right here, he backs into a corner, says to call an ambulance, but not for him in just
Flawless.
a second. And I mean, he stopwatches, and it's like Christian Grey right now. I don't really know where this one's going, but there it is. Line him up. Spray and pray. Tries to turn back in
boy.
to try to get some lifesteal. Not able to get it.
He almost survived. I mean,
Yeah.
He almost 1v5'd and survived, okay? That's just ridiculous that an AD carry is that much AoE. This is going to be a straight-up solo kill. SeolHaeOne and Prince are fighting back. And SANDBOX, I mean, you talked about tilters earlier with the dive. That was a tilter. There's not much else to say about that.
That is very mentally taxing when you end up getting pulverized by something like that. So let's see what SeolHaeOne Prince can do. Honestly, this is taking a very long time for them to bring down, even though there is an Aphelios and he's at 6 items. He's at full build, actually.
Yeah.
He can actually sell his boots. He can get another item after that.
Yeah.
Because he just mostly wants to stand his ground. And he can rely on the movement speed from Cloud in order to play that part.
Yeah. By the way, 4,000 assists. I was going to mention it, but the production beat me to it. Congrats to Gorilla. He's been around forever. And he's a huge part of the LCK, even still, since 2013, as he is by far super far ahead, even score the second place there. As casually, Hybrid is going to take more than half of Kalista's health away from 2 screens away. So, nicely done. Baron push coming in. And finally, SeolHaeOne Prince have gotten a gold lead in this game.
And yeah, it really just looks like that with the Baron enhanced stats, the recovery, it is looking pretty grim for SANDBOX. Now, they're still going to have one last hurrah at the final dragon. Also, Mountain Drake, it is only one, but when we get to this stage, when all the champions hit max level and whatnot, their armor scaling has all come in. It really does help. So that Drake can't be understated, especially as more utility items start to be picked up. It's very, very minor, but it's worth noting as the gold and values are not immediately present on the screen.
Look at this. SeolHaeOne Prince are timing pushes with Baron. We rarely see this in the LCK, okay? And SeolHaeOne Prince is coming in and making it look like they've been doing it all season. Really clean.
Pillar.
But good wave clear here from Syndra.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be just simple for them to push in. ikssu's being a real nuisance there in the mid lane at the same time. And here they go, pushing in. They'll easily take this second inhibitor. And they still got even a minute on Baron buff. I mean, they're not going to push in for Nexus turrets or anything like that, but they were really very efficient with how much damage they got done with this Baron push.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just so much value for them at this point in the game. They get 2 inhibitors down. Top wave was piling up. They're not going to be able to utilize it, so maybe OnFleek is just going to be the one that gets all of that gold. Not entirely sure. No, it looks like it's going to be allocated towards Summit instead. He's 710 in the bank right now, so Elder's up in a minute. This is going to be very difficult for SANDBOX to play this dance with. If they can win the Elder, they probably win the game.
Yeah, I think they need a hook.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely that wild card we were talking about.
Ooh, oh.
Not going to try to take the Banshees and go for the blind hook. They're playing it very collected right now, SANDBOX. They're really trying to make zero mistakes here.
And boots have been sold. Rapid fire cannon was the item of choice for Mr. Y, which is probably what a lot of people think when they play against him.
Why was I created?
Why are you here? Why are you like this?
SANDBOX, they're trying to force a fight, but ikssu split push is good. Summit will have to go back. Take a look at this. He's even getting some really good damage down onto the turret. That was just one push without Baron. Elder is up and available.
And Elder has been started.
Yeah.
Blast Cone is up and available, so OnFleek will have an alternate way into. No, never mind. We're gonna take a little bit of a concave right here. Now Wukong up there in top lane versus Jayce. If Summit dies somehow, the game also ends, and it looks like ikssu going for it.
He's being dove. ikssu flashing in. Is he gonna pick up the kill? Yes, he will, and he's gonna survive.
That's game.
He's pushing in.
ikssu, the Nexus turret.
All they have to do is stop the backs. That's all they have to do here for SeolHaeOne Prince, and ikssu's gonna end the game. Let's take a look and see what they can do. Hybrid has full health, full mana, and he is just raining down hell. Is anybody gonna get out of here? Fate is desperate as the push is coming in. Yeah, the backs are not gonna get here on time.
Yeah,
that's gonna be the end of this game number 2. SeolHaeOne Prince are gonna be able to. Oh, he doesn't get the kill.
Find out next time.